Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Hager number 6601 in a US5 or ABA color, they call it. Antique brass. It might mean antique brass anodized ABA. ABA is a term used to infer antique brass when the base material is not brass. And that's safe, and it is cast aluminum. I'm looking at the manufacturer's description. So antique brass aluminum, maybe, or anodized. That's what it looks like. You know, it's certainly a faithful representative finish of antique brass. You've got the lighter tones that will come through in your antique brass. You've got darker possibilities as well, all depending on how the light's hitting this, obviously. It does reflect darker and lighter. This is a handrail bracket. This is obviously going to be used probably in a residential application. Looking at the address it's shipping to, it's probably residential. Overall projection, about 3 1/4. And you can see to the center of where the bar would otherwise reside is going to be about 2 11/16. Okay. Overall height, about 3 3/8, I'd say. Glad it wasn't glass. Overall width of the mounting portion on the back, about 1 9/16. Going to have a couple of screws there, and if you are trying to replace one that you have, here are some hole locations. Kind of gauging that on the camera, I'm going to say we're going to be right in the area of about 1 inch. Wow, the coffee's kicked in. Yeah, maybe, yeah, 1 inch. 1 inch would be pretty accurate there. The vertical height center line, I'd say we're going to be closer to about 1.5 inches. Yeah, right on, maybe 1 9/16. You're going to get you're going to get 5 screws. You're going to get 3 long ones to hold that unit, of course, to the wall. You're then going to get 2 shorter screws to hold the handrail or the banister onto the bottom of your unit. You're going to be dealing with, obviously, a flat-bottomed unit. There are other handrail brackets that exist that will account for curved bottom. You're not going to find that in a residential application, but you will in commercial applications where you're dealing with some sort of tubing or pipe being used as handrail material. Now, the Hager 6601 is going to be available in different finishes. Let's take a look at what those are. I'm pulling it up now, forgive me. 6601s will be available in US10A, which is an antique bronze, US10R, which is an antique bronze with a lacquer on it that will prove to be a little bit darker. Satin nickel, antique nickel, bright chrome, satin chrome, bright brass, satin brass, antique brass. Okay. They give US numbers for that material in the description. It's all made of aluminum, so it's going to be fairly representative of the image that they're finish that they're going after. There is also a link below this video to a document called Template that will give you all of the dimensional properties of this handrail bracket well beyond what I've provided. So feel free to have at that. I won't linger on that. It gives you everything you need to know. There's also a product catalog, and that's handy because it will allow you to review a variety of Hager trim and auxiliary hardware, especially items that you're going to see in residential applications. And as I scroll through that document, basically everything I see is going to be used in standard residential home construction. Okay. Finally, there's a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Hager products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. I caution you, Hager is a company that has a lot of product lines, whether it be their namesake, Hager hinges, or it be door closers or lock sets or exit devices or electrified hardware or weather stripping or trim and auxiliary hardware, or it's sliding door hardware, or it's ancillary hardware like signage or filler plates that you'd see in steel doors and frames, or if it's their Roton continuous geared hinges. It goes on and on and on with Hager. They make everything for the door opening except the door and frame itself. They've been in business since the mid-19th century, and they're certainly quite proud to wear that right on their chest or right on their sleeve. The most notable thing for me with Hager, if you're a distributor, they're attractive because they make a good product. There's no question about it. There's no problem. The name is incredibly familiar within the industry. But if you're a distributor, the reason you might like Hager is you can send a single PO for all these disparate product lines. You can buy everything but the door and frame if you're a door distributor from a single source, if you wanted to. From a end user's perspective, and I've witnessed this multiple times, is loyalty. Client will say, I need this grade 2 lever lock. Hager's about 2 weeks to ship it out because it's 2 or 3 weeks because it's satin bronze. Oh gosh, that's horrible. What options do we have? Well, I can sell you a lock by someone else, and it'll ship within a day or two. Nope, I'll wait for the Hager. That sort of loyalty I encounter fairly regularly, and there's really something to it. So not being an end user directly of Hager products, like having to live with it on a daily basis of use and etc., obviously they're doing something right, because that loyalty is a very measurable, very real thing. If you have any questions on the Hager 6601 handrail bracket in an ABA or US5 or antique brass finish, or any other Hager product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.